Coming up, the art battle between OU and a Holocaust survivor comes to a close. With only 1 week until Super Tuesday, Oklahoma becomes a hotspot as candidates flock to the Sooner State. And new developments on bills affecting Oklahomans' health. Nightly starts now. Stolen by Nazis from a French family in World War II, shepherdess bringing in sheep is finally being returned to France. The famous painting has been at the center of a firestorm for years, and more recently a lawsuit to determine its future.
But today, OU announced that it has reached a settlement with the original owners that will bring the issue to an end. The painting will be transferred to Leon Meyer, a French Holocaust survivor.
Officials at today's news conference placed blame solely on OU President David Boren for the long litigation. Boren says his concerns were over setting a bad precedent that could impact other future disputed claims. The painting will split its time being displayed at the university's Fred Jones Junior Museum in Norman and a museum in France. 1 week and counting. That's all that's left until Oklahomans join voters in 12 states who will cast presidential primary ballots on Super Tuesday. And with just 7 days remaining, the state that is drawing most of the attention, Oklahoma. That's because the races between both Democrats and Republicans are simply too close to call. In the latest poll of likely voters, one-time runaway leader Donald Trump is leading Senator Ted Cruz by only 5 percentage points, with Florida Senator Marco Rubio surging to within 4 of Cruz. In a more recent Democratic poll, Hillary Clinton has lost her once huge lead over Bernie Sanders. Clinton drew 46%, while Sanders is right on her heels at 44%. Clinton leads in 10 of the 12 Super Tuesday states, and that 2-point spread means Oklahoma's Democratic primary is the closest of all the states voting on Super Tuesday.
And with all these tight races, the candidates are hitting the airways hard in an effort to turn the undecided voters their way.
I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
Unlike Iowa and New Hampshire, Oklahoma isn't a state that usually sees many political ads. However, this primary, Oklahomans are seeing something different. Democratic candidates spending a lot of money on TV advertisements.
All the races are up in the air right now, and that means that Oklahoma may actually play a role this year. In past years, maybe not as much.
Ads like these can cost a candidate up to $800 per slot. So far, Bernie Sanders has spent $400,000 in Oklahoma, which is $100,000 more than he spent in Massachusetts. Hillary Clinton plans to match him.
The fact that the primary is open on the Democratic side on March 1st, that independents who've previously been shut out of primaries in this state actually have an opportunity to vote in a primary. Now, that could lead to increased excitement and interest in the Democratic primary.
Republican candidates have been slower to purchase presidential ad space. Political media experts say that will most likely change before Super Tuesday.
We've seen a bit of a mixed bag when it comes to outcomes. So on the Democratic side, we have more of a contest than we thought we would.
We won't know till Tuesday who will win the Oklahoma primary, but we already know who one big winner is: local TV news stations. Haley Huey.
Political ad prices topped out at $800. Some low viewer time slots are going for as little as $25.
And with all the political ads and a tsunami of media coverage, the 2016 election has grabbed the attention of many Americans. And as nightly Shea Awoshian shows us, OU's foreign students are captivated too.
Walking around OU's campus, playing sports with their friends. Foreign students enjoy the basic things in life during their stay in America. But nowadays, there is something else grabbing their attention.
The debates, especially between Republicans. I mean, it's amazing. It's just like a show.
They are fond of America's liberty, but the campaign and election creates a divide in opinions.
I see a lot of opportunities here for Americans to decide. They have the freedom to decide who wants to govern the country.
It's only 2 parties, and that's about it. Either you support one or you support the other. There's no gray areas, and that's very hard for me to understand, because what one party agrees on, the other party usually totally rejects. There's no middle ground in between both of them.
Students who come from countries like Angola and Bosnia and Herzegovina are used to having multiple major parties, which is why the US's two-party system is a bit confusing for them. And there are other things they don't like about this election process.
Donald Trump, he says this crazy things.
I always joke with my friends that if Donald Trump gets elected, I will go back home as fast as I can.
OU is a leader in international freshman enrollment, and one day, some of those students might become eligible to vote. Shea Awoshiyan, OU Nightly.
The favorite candidate among these international students? Democrat Bernie Sanders. Haley, cold today, 80 earlier this week. I don't know what to do with this.
I can't honestly keep up. And I didn't have an umbrella in my car this morning, so
Kylie,
here's my jacket.
What's coming up next?
That's right, guys. We started off chilly and wet this morning, and as we moved on throughout the rest of the afternoon, that rain has only stayed with us, as you can see from the live radar behind me. Now, as we move further south, those storms have become severe. There is a dry line right on the border of Texas and Louisiana, making those storms severe. As we move on into the rest of the evening, and that dry line does push off more east, most of Louisiana, Mississippi, on into Alabama, they could see some possibly very severe storms, maybe even some tornadic activity. So if you have family down there, definitely tell them, keep an eye on those, keep an eye on the radar as we move on throughout the rest of the evening. Now, we are very thankful for the rain here in Oklahoma, taking a break from those, from that dry weather that we've seen over the past few weeks. We've seen almost an inch of rain here in Norman, and as we move further south into Ardmore and Idabel, they've seen over an inch. So definitely a wet day here in Oklahoma. Coming up next, I'll have a look at how much more rain we can see over the next few hours, when our next chance for some sunshine is, and I'll have a look at our weekend forecast. But for right now, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kylie. Today's wet weather reminds us that storm season is coming, but city engineers say this might be the last year with extensive flooding on streets around campus. Several active construction projects have created the opportunity to lay pipe that will take floodwater and dump it into the Canadian River. The cities say students and area residents should see improvements within the next year.
Allie Stratton joins us now in the News Center with the latest on Guantanamo Bay. Allie?
Braden, President Obama has unveiled a plan to finally close the Guantanamo Bay prison in attempts to fulfill one of his earliest promises. Obama says closing the prison was once a bipartisan goal, but it has now become a partisan dispute. Among the president's reasons for closing Guantanamo, wasted money, tension with allies, and anti-American sentiment. And the CDC says that 14 more people in the U.S. may have contracted the Zika virus without traveling to affected zones. The report says there is strong evidence the virus is sexually transmitted. The World Health Organization has declared Zika a public health emergency of international concern. And Donald Trump is looking for the hat trick, his third win in a row from tonight's Nevada caucuses. After winning primaries in New Hampshire and South Carolina, he is the heavy favorite to win again. A recent CNN poll puts Trump ahead with 45% of the vote. He leads Rubio and Cruz by 26 percentage points. That's what's happening around the world. Now back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Allie. OUPD released a new app for OU students to help them safely traverse the campus. Crimson Guardian is an app that allows students to set a timer when walking in places where they don't feel comfortable. If the timer hits 0, the app sends a message to a designated guardian indicating that you're okay. When OU students register with their school email address, OUPD is added as an emergency guardian.
I mean, walking around late at night is never a good idea anywhere, but by yourself on a big campus like this, I think it'll help a lot.
The app is called Rave Guardian and is available on the App Store and Google Play Store. Well, still to come on OU Nightly, with flu season upon us, new tips to help fight the virus in HealthBeat.
Plus, updates on state health bills from abortion to public school vaccinations.
The Oklahoma Supreme Court has upheld a law banning the use of abortion-inducing drugs. The state's highest court ruled the law does not violate the Oklahoma Constitution. Abortion rights groups failed to convince the court that the law interferes with a woman's right to terminate a pregnancy. And every Tuesday, we sit down in the world of health to discuss what's going on. And London Bulgarelli has more on a bill about vaccinations in Oklahoma. London?
Thanks, Braden. An Oklahoma Senate panel has killed a bill in the Senate Education Committee. The bill would have removed personal exemptions for public school vaccinations. A member of the Oklahoma Vaccine and Health Committee spokesperson says she is pleased with the results and says that the group says it's the parents' right to choose what's best for their child. And Lumber Liquidators is struggling to keep their business going after new information surfaced about their products. The CDC has found people who have laminate floors installed in their homes, such as the products from Lumber Liquidators, are 3 times more likely to get cancer. Experts also say people who are exposed to the flooring have greater exposure to formaldehyde. And with flu season upon us, here's a helpful tip to help you fight the bug. Take painkillers and get plenty of rest. Experts from the CDC say the body aches and pain killers and rest is the solution. And in 5 to 7 business days, you should be feeling back to normal. So if you feel the cough and the body aches too, fight the flu with a nice big snooze. That's what's happening around the world right now in health, Braden.
I think I can do that.
Yeah, I can
handle that.
You know, just crash, take a little nap, a little NyQuil here and there.
Yes.
You'll be happy.
Well, still ahead on OU Nightly, looking for some Latin flair in your diet, a new restaurant comes to OU's campus.
And Kylie Capps will be here with an update on weather.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Kylie Capps. Now, we haven't seen any sunshine today just yet. If you can see behind me at our look at our water vapor map, you can see that swirl of comma-shaped clouds over Oklahoma. That is what's keeping those clouds sticking around today and throughout the rest of the evening. I am expecting to see that rain stop around 6 p.m. tonight, but before that, you will still need an umbrella if you're headed outside. Now, tonight, even though that rain is going to stop around 6, we could possibly see up to about a ½ an inch more here in the Norman area. As we move further south, where those storms still are sticking around a little bit longer, they could see up to an inch. And then as we move further north again, not too much, maybe just a trace of rainfall for the rest of the evening. Current temperatures outside right now, 39 here in Norman, 45 out in the Panhandle. So it's going to be a little bit warmer as you move further west, but for the majority of the state, those temperatures are going to be in the lower and mid 30s. Now, that wind chill is making it seem a whole lot cooler outside than it actually is. Below freezing here in Norman at 30 degrees. Off to the east of us too, 31 in McAllister, 33 in Muskogee. So again, right around those lower 30s because of that wind chill being from the north at about 20 miles per hour. So very windy, and as we move throughout the rest of the evening, that wind will only stick around and increase. We could see gusts up to 25 miles per hour throughout the rest of the evening, and those clouds will be sticking around too. We could get down to 38 at midnight, and then tomorrow morning it will be a whole lot cooler too throughout the rest of the state. 35 here in Norman, 25 out in Guyman, so that is going to be the cool spot for tomorrow morning. Normal is about 35 degrees, so we are going to hang around that normal level for tomorrow. It is going to warm up quite nicely tomorrow, 56 in Norman, 56 in Oklahoma City. Most of the state in those mid to upper 50s, and it will seem a little bit cooler as that wind does stick around, again, right around normal at 57 degrees. Now, looking on into the rest of the weekend, it's going to warm up quite nicely. High of about 60 on Friday, low of 39, and as we move into Saturday and Sunday, those temperatures will increase even more. 68 on Saturday is your high. Moving into Sunday, 69 is the high. Possible chance of some rain, but I don't know. It's a little too early to tell what exactly that chance is going to be. So again, it might be a little rainy on Sunday, but right now it's going to be another really nice weekend.
At this point, I'm just thinking she likes to play with us.
Yes,
because we're at 80s, down to 60s.
And
it can't make up its mind.
It's going to be nice.
Yes. A dreary day today, but it's going to be really nice for the rest of the week, guys.
All right. Well,
Great.
thank you,
Thanks,
Kylie.
You're welcome.
Women's basketball couldn't quite pull it through last night. Carson Williams has more with that. Carson?
Thanks, Haley. The OU women couldn't quite pull off a second straight home upset. And Bob Stoops adds a coach to the Sooner staff who is no stranger to Norman. Stay with us. Sports is straight ahead. Welcome aboard. I'm Carson Williams, and this is OU Nightly Sports. The Sooners have replaced former defensive line coach Dyron Reynolds with a familiar face. Calvin Thibodeau takes over the OU D-line duties after spending last season at Kansas. Thibodeau played at OU from 02 to 06 and was an All-Big 12 selection in 2005. He is originally from Houston and spent some time as an assistant at Tulsa before heading to Lawrence. The OU women's basketball team couldn't quite pull off a second straight upset. After knocking off Texas last week, they fell just short against number 4 Baylor last night. Donning their Play for K pink uniforms, the Sooners had trouble making shots early in the first. Despite that, the Sooners managed to stick around and keep it close until late in the fourth. Baylor's Alexis Jones scored 8 of her game-high 22 points in the final 5 minutes in a 78-70 loss for the Sooners. Head coach Sherry Cole was not pleased with her team's performance.
I liked the way we fought back in the second half. That's the only good thing I can find to say about that. I thought it was a horrible basketball performance. I was told either 16 or 18 missed layups. I don't know what the exact count is, but it's hard to win games, hard to beat anybody, but especially a top 10 team in the country, top 5 team in the country.
Tomorrow night, it will be the men's team at the Lloyd Noble Center for round 2 of Bedlam Hoops. The Pokes have struggled this season, but Oklahomans know this is the proverbial throw out the records game. Sunday's Thunder game against the Cavs was one that Cleveland guard Kyrie Irving could do without. While the Cavs won the game handily, Irving was a noticeable no-show, logging just 9 minutes of action. Turns out Irving had a problem Saturday night at the Skirvin Hotel, often rumored to be haunted, but Kyrie's problem wasn't ghostly.
Just imagine how freaked out you would be if you saw freaking 5 big-ass bed bugs just sitting on your pillow. Like, I woke up itching, and I'm just looking around, and I'm like, are you serious right now? And it was 3 a.m., and I was like, I was so tired at that point, so it was whatever. Man.
Last night, Steph Curry and the Warriors were looking for win number 50 on the season, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. As usual, a good handful of the Warriors' points came from Steph Curry deep balls, which to him are almost as easy as layups. The Warriors would go on to win 102-92, becoming the fastest team in history to 50 wins. And speaking of great NBA action, the play of the night last night came from a big man from the Milwaukee Bucks. Off the steal and in transition, he takes the lob off the backboard and throws it down. One more look at it again. Well, right here in a sec. Bucks already up 22, and the young fella just adds salt to an open wound. Wondering what his name is? Well, here's a little help. But good luck pronouncing his name. Because of his unusually difficult name, the second-year man out of Greece is often referred to as the Greek Freak because of, well, what you just saw. Guys, you want to take a shot at how you would say that?
Giannis, it's all Greek to me.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with
the Greek Freak.
The Greek
well,
freak.
just for information, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo.
Oh, nice. That's impressive.
Like I said.
You got
So
it. Nice.
keep an eye out for his name later, in the next coming years.
All right. Well, thanks,
Definitely.
Carson. Still to come on OU Nightly, Kylie Capps will be back for one last weather update.
Plus, a new must-visit place on the OU campus.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Walters at the OU Nightly Update Desk. An Oklahoma death row inmate was moments away from lethal injection when prison officials discovered they had the wrong drug. In the last 2 scheduled executions, the wrong lethal injection drugs were delivered to the state prison. This 2-time mix-up has prompted the state Senate to pass a bill allowing the drugs to be stored at the prison. The bill now moves to the House. Be sure to like us and follow OU Nightly on Facebook. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Rebecca. A new food truck has come to the OU campus. Started by a couple from Columbia, it took them 8 months to get approved for the food truck business. Yummies opened Monday, and so far, business is good. The menu consists of traditional Colombian food. The couple can't wait to keep their business going and bring great food to OU.
I can get behind some Colombian food.
I've
I
never
don't
had
know what's
it, I
in
don't
it.
think,
I'll
so
try it.
I need to try it for sure.
All right, today was messy. There's no way
Yes,
other about it.
it
It was messy.
I
Please tell me
know.
tomorrow's better.
It is. It's looking to be a whole lot better. Now, we are looking at those clouds and the rain to be gone by tomorrow. It's going to be another sunny, beautiful day, starting at about 35 degrees at 7 a.m. Strong winds again, making it seem a little bit cooler outside than it was today. By noon, those winds will increase a little bit more from the north. We could see gusts up to 25 miles per hour again, 51 degrees at noon. And then by 4 p.m., again, it'll get a little bit warmer. Those winds will start to decrease just a little bit, but it's going to be another sunny afternoon. So, guys, I'm looking forward to it.
I can handle that.
Me too.
If we're going to be in spring, make me be in spring.
Yes.
know.
If we're going to be in winter,
stick with it. I
we
want
have
it
to stick with other
consistency,
things.
maybe.
Can't make up its mind.
It'd be nice.
No kidding.
I'm just
Okay.
ready to get out there and play some golf. You know what?
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Go outdoors,
Thank you.
enjoy the sun, do something active.
This weekend.
Yeah,
Play golf,
okay.
go to
Hey.
the food truck,
Yeah, the food
do
truck.
it all in one day.
Yeah. No, golf. Start off with the Colombian food. Work off that Colombian food at the
Yes.
golf course. Go down to Jimmy
You have to
Austin,
walk
wherever you want.
18. No, you can't ride.
18,
you
36.
got to work it
Yeah,
off.
I agree. I agree.
Something, anything to go ahead and get us done.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, well, Thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great weekend.
Good night.